Hey everybody, hopefully you're having a great Sunday. So I'm going to do my first time doing this type of video. We'll see how it comes out. If it looks good, I might post it. So enjoying some Crown and Peach and Sprite. Crown Peach and Tea is okay. Crown Peach and Sprite's where it's at. Sprite zero. Don't need that extra sugar. Got to watch my figure. Anyhow, wanted to do a cook. We're going to do some ribeye steaks. Going to cook them on the big green egg today. I'm going to do the sear method, and I'll explain that as I go. But just wanted to open up the video, say welcome, thanks for watching, and I'll check back in with you in a second. So as you can see, the egg's really coming up to temp. Smoke's becoming more clean now, and it about drowned me out. I was doing a cigar review earlier, and it hit a couple of those hickory chunks and wafted over. You know, I said, hey, that is not the cigar. That is the egg. So she's coming up. You can see she is pretty hot. So I usually like to do this about 650 to 700, and that's right about where we are, just a little hot now. So to control that temp a little bit, I'm going to come down here and just tap this a little bit. This is what allows the air to flow into the big green egg. One of the few ways you can control the temperature. Really the best way is, once you get it up to temp, is this daisy wheel right here, right there. You just pull that over and you just use that little dial. That's the older style. I'm going to get the newer style here before long, but I'm going to enlist Mrs. Buckeye's help, and we're going to throw some ribeyes on the grill. So here we go, everybody. These are only about an inch or so thick. That's Uncle John's seasoning. We buy that online. Got introduced to it down in Georgia from TNT Meats. You see Annie under the table there. So these I'm going to cook probably 2.5 minutes per side, and then flip it for the last 2.5 minutes and close the cooker down. So maybe 7.5 minutes. I always like to cook it. If I'm going to miss, I want to miss on the short side, because if I have to throw it back on the grill, I can do that. If it gets too done, then the bell is rung and you're done. So I'm going to use my hog tail. This is a cool tool, from the sharp as the devil, but a really cool tool from Big Green Egg. Like, I can grab that steak and just flip it real nice and easy, and comes in handy. But there we go. I'm going to put them on. Hey everybody, so when you're cooking on the Big Green Egg, you have to burp it. Be real careful. I've singed my eyebrows a couple times. So she's up to temperature now, so you burp it usually a couple times, especially when meat's on. Otherwise that flame is going to shoot right up there. I like if Mrs. Buckeye can focus in over here. I've got my grate, my cast iron grate. I like to use that. I think it just does a better job with the meat. And then I'm going to put on this Weber grill spray. It's no flame off. Check that out. Does not flame. So I'm going to be able to put those steaks on here in just a second, and we'll be just fine. Set that back down. We'll come right back to you. All right, everybody. Hey, so we're going to put the ribeyes on. I'm going to burp the grill again, and we're going to do 2.5 minutes aside. See, I love that hog tail. Look at that. And it does not, I don't care what anybody says, does not impact the taste, or it does not impact the juices escaping. So we'll check right back in on you after we flip it. Everybody, so it's 2.5 minutes. We're going to flip it. She's holding temperature good. Here's where you have to burp it, because if not, you'll take your head off. She's doing well. And the hog tail stuck. I lied to y'all. The Weber grill spray let me down. That one didn't. For whatever reason, that one did. We'll make the best of it, as we always do. Okay, we'll check back in with you. All right, everybody, so we're going to flip the last flip. You got to burp, burp, burp. And for whatever reason today, they are sticky. But that's okay. We'll be all right. And at this point, we shut the grill down. That goes on. The air gets shut off, and it just sets for 2.5 more minutes. We'll see how they turn out. Be right back. You can see as we close the grill down, this is when the smoke really pours in, and you see that temperature dropping up there, but the smoke's really pouring in, getting into the meat. We'll get those off here in about another, let's just call it a minute. We'll see how they look. Be right back at you. So here we go. We're at the 2.5 minute mark. Here's where we're going to get hit with a burst of smoke. Here's where you really have to burp it. That is hot smoke. And there she goes. You got to be careful. And see? as they come off, we'll look. They look good, they sound good, and if they're a touch underdone, then we will bring it back onto the grill. It'll still be hot enough, but again, I can't unring that bell, but check that out. I know they look burnt in spots. That's the rub. Fantastic. We'll be right back with you in a second and show you what it looks like. As you can see, perfection. So we'll tent these just for a second. We don't want to get them too hot. We'll put some butter pats on top. This wasn't the most high quality meat to work with, so that may have been some of the issue. You can see that steak got a little crazy, but I will guarantee you these will still be delicious hickory smoked 1-inch ribeyes that we're about to eat on. So we'll be back with you once we get these things ready and see how they turned out. Well, folks, there you have it. Didn't want to eat it in front of you. So pretty good. You know, if I rate it, it's a store cut, mass market, supermarket store, 1-inch thick ribeye choice. Not my first choice, but with COVID-19, you get what you get. So she ended up turning out medium well, which is about what the wife likes. Maybe just a touch more to the well side, but fantastic. It was fantastic. Paired it with couple ears of corn and a couple spoonfuls of macaroni salad. You've got a winner. So that's it. That's the egg. That's the sear method. There's a reverse sear method I've never tried. Now, I'm not an expert. Let's do this for fun. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it. I was a little disappointed in the Weber spray today and how that meat stuck to the cast iron. Typically does not do that. So that's something I'll have to work with. I've only been playing with the egg about 1.5 years now. Off and on, so I'm still getting my technique down, and you have to play with it. It's not a one-size-fits-all. You'll have to learn it. You know, you go to Big Green Egg and they say the 3-3-3 method, which is 3 minutes aside and then close it down like I did. But it totally depends. It totally depends on how you like it. It totally depends on the thickness of the meat. You know, we'll do some. You know, when we lived in Georgia, we had a butcher shop, and they would cut some fillets, and their fillets were 2 to 2.5 inches. They were ridiculous. They were huge, and you'd have to cook that a little differently than you cook a 1-inch store-bought ribeye. So you just have to know. We don't have a good local butcher shop that I've found here yet. We've been in the area a little while, but even with that being said, that was still a fantastic steak. Now, you get a good prime steak from a butcher shop, and doing that method is just as good, if not better, than any steakhouse I've ever eaten at. The only steak that I've had that compares, that rivals it, was at Mike Dick's in Chicago, and we did a bone-in ribeye that was to die for. That was probably the best steak I've ever had. But this is no slouch. That Uncle John's rub, and you rub it up pretty good, and it just imparts a great taste onto the meat. So thanks for watching. It's a different video. I usually don't do grilling, cooking videos. I usually do pipe, cigar, rants, but you know, I do whatever. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and give it a try. If you got a Big Green Egg, drop me a link below deck. Let me know. How's it go for you? Do you do it that method? That was hickory wood, hickory smoked, with the Royal Oak charcoal and Royal Oak lump charcoal, and she got up there. She got up about almost 700, and that's what you want. That's what you want. So fantastic dinner. Can't complain. Be safe, everybody. Take care, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good day.